Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Today we're going to take a look at this. It is my gear loadout for my upcoming overnighter in the Holy Cross Wilderness of Colorado. Stay tuned. I'm heading up to Colorado with the family in about a week, and I'm going to take one night while we're there and go out into the woods. I've been researching lots of different trails, and we're pretty close to the Holy Cross Wilderness. So I'm going to go to a place called the Whitney Lake Trail. It's going to go up to a high mountain lake. It's just under 11,000 feet, and I'm going to stay the night there. So obviously I'm pretty excited about it, and I've spent the last couple of weeks putting together some gear, buying a couple of new things that I wanted to try out, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm taking with me step by step. Before we get too far, I'll tell you that I will put a link down below to a PDF that has all the information about my gear, all the weights, everything like that will be included in that document. That's going to be fairly chilly. It's hard to tell exactly how cold it's going to be, but it's looking like it's probably going to be in the 60s in the day and drop down into the low 30s, even into the high 20s at night. So I do have to be prepared for that. That does kind of limit my ability to be ultralight because I don't really backpack very much in that cold weather, so I don't really have a lot of gear. So I'm going to have to make up a couple things, and you'll see what I mean as we go along. A couple things also up front when we look at things. I like stuff sacks. That's just the way I am. I like keeping things organized. People can say whatever they want. This is not a video about what I think is best to carry. This is simply what I'm carrying when I go up on my trip to the Holy Cross Wilderness. Base weight, we're looking at about 16 pounds or so, maybe a touch over, maybe a touch under, depending on exactly what I bring at the last minute. Once I get about 1.5 liters of water and the food that I'm bringing, plus the gas, it's going to be about 20.5 pounds. Total pack weight, not too bad, I think. I definitely can handle it. Very pleased with that weight overall, given the fact that I'm going into cold weather and I'm not really used to it. So let's take a look, and we're going to start by looking at the pack itself. Fully packed, so you can see what it looks like, and I'll show you a couple things around it. All right, so this is the pack itself. This is from 3F UL or 3F Ultralight. This is a company out of China. This is basically a knockoff, okay, of a Z-Packs type pack. Again, all the weights will be there. This will be the first time that I'm using this pack. Pretty excited to try it out. You can see it's got a big mesh area on the front. I'll go through all that, but I will show a couple of quick things on this side. You do have to use some kind of a sleeping pad as a frame, okay? I'm just using one of these Thermarest packs and doubles as my sitting pad, which is nice. A lot of people will use the full pad. I actually cut it. You can see it just has 2 layers here, and it works just fine. I also have this little thing attached to the front here. This carries my extra lens, my longer lens, just for video. And then I do have over here a Z-Packs clip for my smart water bottle. That pretty much is the outside of the pack. So we'll start with the big 3. Again, all the weights will be discussed in detail in that PDF down below, so I'm not gonna go over any of them. This is my backpack. Again, this is from AliExpress. Basically, you can buy these now on Amazon. It is from a company called 3F UL, and I'm using both the backpack as well as a tent from them on this trip. A good alternative to heavier packs, like I used to use an Osprey. This is a pretty lightweight pack, okay? Now when you buy it, it does not include the weight of the sleeping pad, so you really, you have to include that. And whenever I weigh this pack in my weight, it's including that pad because it's the frame, so I consider it to be part of the pack itself. I like the pack. It seems to be very well made. It's got really big side pouches. One of the things I like about it, when you stuff the inside, it doesn't overflow and make the side pouches useless, which a lot of these packs do. The side pouches maintain their integrity. So that is my backpack for the trip. As far as the shelter goes, I'll tell you that it's in here. It is the 3F UL Lanshan 2018 model. It is normally set up with trekking poles. I don't like carrying trekking poles. I think trekking poles are pretty heavy, and I don't like using them. Usually I'm carrying my camera, so I don't like using the trekking poles. Of course, I needed something to put it up with, so in order to really save some weight, I bought these carbon fiber tent poles. They're 48 inches. I bought them from Z-Packs. I think they're $29 each. So I bought 2 of those. I also bought these carbon fiber tent stakes. I have 8 of them. They weigh hardly anything. Again, all the weights are in the document. This really helps me use this Lanshan, keep the weight down and not have to carry those heavy trekking poles with me, something that I don't use very much. Makes it a lot easier for me. That's my tent for this trip. I will be doing a full review of this tent after I get back and I have a chance to use it for a couple of nights. And by the way, I do have a footprint for that tent. I'm not sure how durable the base is or the bathtub is, so I'm going to use one for now until I make sure that I'm not going to bust it with typical sticks and stuff like that. This tent basically kind of looks a lot like the Z-Packs Duplex. Big difference is the Duplex costs like $600, $650. This one costs $100. Now, as far as the sleep system goes, like I said, I live in Louisiana. I normally do not backpack in really cold weather, below zero type stuff. I don't have any sleeping bags or anything like that that goes that low, and I really don't want to spend a lot of money on one because I'm never going to use it. So first I have this is the Thermarest Neo Air long, okay? So it's long. It is not the thermal one. It's just the Neo Air. I didn't want to buy the thermal one because I'm not going to need it very much, but it is a really nice sleeping pad. And then let me show you what we're going to use for my actual sleeping bags and stuff. What I'm doing is I am combining two different things. I have a down blanket from Hammock Gear that I'm going to use. This is a Burrow 40, so it's rated for 40 degrees. It also has several ounces of overstuff, and I'm pretty sure it is rated to 32 degrees. So that's going to be my sleeping quilt. I also bought on Hammock Gear, they have these little bungees that basically allow this to attach to the sleeping pad so that things not flipping all over the place and I'm cold all night. Now to add to that, because I have it, I was sent this by the company, and I'm not sure if 32 degrees is going to get me through it because it may be into the high 20s, and of course 32 degrees is like, the bare bottom, not necessarily comfortable. So I do have this down 40 degree sleeping bag from Nature Hike. It packs down to almost nothing. I'll get out there, let it fluff up really well. So I'll put the sleeping bag, the 40 degree sleeping bag, inside of the 32, 34 degree sleeping quilt, and I think I'm gonna be okay. I know I will survive. I may be chilly, but we'll see. I'll let y'all know how it goes. That is the sleep system. I don't want to forget I am bringing this pillow. This is the Climate Pillow X. That's also part of the sleep system, just so y'all know. As far as clothing goes, it's gonna be really, really simple, guys. I have an extra pair of Darn Tough socks. These are new for me. These are gloves from Z-Packs. These are the possum down. Be really interesting to see how those go. I have just a simple 100% merino wool beanie hat. I've got long underwear. These are hot chilies. Used to use these to snow ski and they still work perfectly well. I have a pack towel that I keep with this stuff. This is my North Face Thermoball down jacket. Gonna be my main source of warmth. And I also have this. This is new for me. I bought this at Academy Sporting Goods. It's a 360 Sports. That's what they call it, 360 Sports rain jacket. It's pretty low weight. Again, the weight will be down below. I bought this and it saved me about 6 or 8 ounces. I can't remember. I think it was 6 or 8 ounces from my prior Marmot Precept rain gear, which works just as well, and this is a lot lighter. I'll obviously be wearing boots, gloves, underwear, a synthetic t-shirt, a North Face kind of fleecy top, and then another layer that I can put on, and then if needed, I'll also have this down jacket, especially for night and morning. That is the clothing that I'm taking. Now, as far as kind of tools go, I'm bringing my Spot Gen 2 Messenger, okay? This just gives me and my wife and my kids a peace of mind. I'm able to communicate with them. It keeps a track of me, and of course I have the SOS button. In case something happens, I can call in the cavalry. I have a basic camp trowel, okay? These are items that very often you wouldn't bring if you're ultralight, but there is no fire restrictions, and there's plenty of wood up there, and I really would like to have a campfire. So I'm bringing a Laplander saw, and I'm bringing a more robust, pretty lightweight. This is just over 4 ounces for the knife and the sheath. This is pretty lightweight as well. And of course I'm bringing here, this is my iPhone XS. Actually just got this yesterday. Using an iPhone 6 before that, and had to get an upgrade, so I got the iPhone XS. I will be using that as my main source of navigation. I have printed out and laminated maps, 2 maps from different sources. Okay, that will come with me, of course, but I will be using my phone in airplane mode to conserve battery and using it as my GPS. That's a change for me. I usually bring my Garmin GPS, but I'm trying to save weight, and I think this should work just as well. It's a very well marked trail, so I'm not worried about getting lost. This will be a good test for that particular technology and see how it goes. So as far as water goes, I am going to be bringing a 1 liter smart water bottle, okay? I am also bringing my new Keith Titanium canteen. Now, I could bring a Nalgene bottle. I could bring even another smart water bottle. The main reason I'm bringing this is because, first of all, it's lighter than a Nalgene, and I need something that I can purify water in, because I'm using this, which is my new SteriPen. I've never used a SteriPen before. When you dunk this into the water, it has to have a opening at the top big enough for it to go all the way in and touch these 2 water sensors right here, okay? Can't do that on a smart water bottle. You can do that with this. So I figured, well, I bought it, let's use it, and it's lighter than an Nalgene, so we're gonna use this along with this. This is rechargeable, okay? And it treats 1 liter of water, and the light itself lasts for 8,000 treatments, so 8,000 liters of water. I think this is gonna last me a good long while. You will catch later a trend. Everything I'm bringing is USB rechargeable, including this, although this will not need to be recharged because it's just one night. As far as the cook system, this is it right here. I really thought long and hard about what cook system to bring. I even bought a titanium Firebox Nano, thinking I would bring it because of the ability to make a fire, and I thought, oh, I'll make a fire, but in the end I decided to bring this stuff to make a bigger fire and make cooking simplified, because all I need is to boil water. So I've got my 750 milliliter Toaks titanium mug with top. This is just a collapsible quarter cup measuring thing that I cut the handle off. Stole it from my kitchen, don't tell my wife, and it just allows me to measure water. I do like to be able to measure water accurately, and it weighs, I think, like 0.2 ounces or something like that. This is the BRS titanium ultralight stove. I've got a Bic lighter, hot lips to drink my coffee, and a full canister of Jetboil fuel. This all will take care of boiling water for me. I can boil water inside of this, and I can also boil water inside of this if needed, another added advantage to bringing the canteen. But this is my camp kitchen for this trip. So as far as the food I'll be bringing, I've got a pack of trail mix. I'll put these into Ziplocs to save some weight right before I leave. I just want to keep it as fresh as possible, and I also have some beef jerky. I also am bringing 3 Honey Stinger waffles. I really like these. They're really good energy. I'm going to be climbing up 1,800 feet vertically in about 3.5 miles, so a little bit of energy is never a bad idea. So those are snacks. As far as meals go, for lunch I'll probably eat this herb mushroom risotto from Good to Go. For dinner I'll have this Thai curry that I've had before. It's really good. And for breakfast the next morning I've got this, some of my last of my older Package Gourmet in the older packaging. This is West Memphis Grit Souffle. This is the meals I'll be bringing. As you can see, it's all super easy. Add boiling water to cook, no fancy stuff, making it real simple. So I don't forget, I'll also quickly mention that I do bring this Nuun hydration tablets. I put 2 of these in a liter of water. It just adds electrolytes, really helps rehydrate after you climb up a mountain, especially when you're not used to it and you're not used to the altitude. Lastly is probably these, maybe the most controversial area, just my little stuff sacks full of stuff that I need. We'll take a look at each one individually real quick, starting with the biggest one. This has my Dutch Wear Gear pack cover, okay? My bear bag hanging kit from Z-Packs. This is just a rock bag, some Zing It, and 2 small carabiners to hang my food at night. I have just a small emergency fire kit. This has got a Bic lighter, some matches, and a couple of quick tinders. I have my small Light My Fire. This is the mini, really small, lightweight ferro rod, which is really nice. And then I have my USB rechargeable headlamp. All these 4 will be at the very top of my pack, easily accessible. All these are fairly lightweight options and work really well. Second is this medium one. This is the one that is by far where you could save weight. This is my camera stuff, but I do want y'all to see that I do carry stuff. This is just a little metal case that holds my SD cards, okay? This is awesome. I found this at Marshall's. This is a Sharper Image 10,000 milliamp charger, okay? So it's pretty well. It's got 2 USB ports so you can charge 2 things at once. 10,000 milliamps. I haven't weighed anything so far, but let me show you all this because I do think it's really cool. This weighs 6.5 ounces, okay? That's pretty lightweight for 10,000 milliamps. Sharper Image, of course, is going out of business. You might be able to find these online. I highly recommend it for the size and for the amount of amps. This is really nice. And then I have a USB compatible charger for my camera. This is for my Panasonic G7. I have 2 extra Panasonic G7 batteries. Maybe overkill, but I tend to burn through batteries. I don't know, some people don't, but I do. And then I have an iPhone charger cable, and I have an extra USB charger cable just to make sure I have everything that I need. This is really nice. They make these. This is not by Panasonic, but this thing is ultra light. This is a USB charger, okay, for the batteries, and it weighs 1 ounce, which is super nice. Obviously, this is a nice bag that you could save on if you don't want to take any electronics. To give you an idea, all this stuff weighs 1 pound, 1 ounce. Savable weight. All right, this is the next one. This is my personal toiletry stuff. I always bring earplugs when I go out in the wild. Things go bump in the night. There's all kinds of stuff. I swear I always have crazy dreams when I'm out there. So I started wearing earplugs, and it really helps clear out all the noise, and I'm able to sleep. I have bug repellent, a small first aid kit. This has steri strips, triple antibiotic ointment, alcohol wipes, Band-Aids. This is more like my medicine. I've got some Leukotape here, extra Leukotape, some Blister Care, Motrin, and Tylenol. Toothbrush, toothpaste, travel size. These easy towels, this is what I bring for toilet paper. They're little tablets that go out into sheets of paper. Basically, they're biodegradable. I have a video on this. I'll try to remember to link it down below. And then I have a little deodorant and a little sport sunscreen because I am going to be at 11,000 feet. That sun can get pretty bright and burn you pretty quickly up there, even when it's cold. And lastly, this is my last little kit. This actually sits on my hip in one of the hip pockets. I've got this little 4-ounce Nalgene. This is very specific to me because I carry this. This is dehydrated heavy cream, and I use this to rehydrate my heavy cream so I can have coffee just the way I want it, because let me tell you guys, coffee is important. Speaking of coffee, I've got 4 Starbucks Vias. Always bring extras. And my Go Bites Duo Spork spoon and fork combination. Really, really nice. And this all fits inside this very simply. Of course, I don't need this, but I like it. So there, I'm using it. So there we go. This is how this pack rides very comfortably. I mean, obviously I haven't put any miles on it yet, but it feels pretty good to me. Doesn't feel very heavy. It has some reinforcing, like some plastic. Some people take it out to save weight. I actually think they feel pretty comfortable. I think it helps quite a bit. You can see that this Smart Water bottle, it hangs really, really nicely with that Z-Packs. I put a little bungee, or it comes with a bungee, and I just removed it here so it bungees on right here. Doesn't move at all, as you can see. Really, really comfortable. So let's weigh this thing and see. It has 1.5 liters of water and all my food. This is everything that's going with me. 21 pounds, not bad, with 1.5 liters of water. That's what's coming with me on this trip. So there you go, guys, a quick look at what I'm bringing here on this particular trip. Again, I'm going on the Whitney Lake Trail, which is in the Holy Cross Wilderness area in Colorado. This is just south of Vail, a little bit northeast, I believe, of Aspen. Should be really, really pretty. It's peak colors for leaves right now. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be an awesome trip. Hopefully I can record it for you guys and we'll have a really nice video, and that'll be up on the channel soon. I'll put this out as far as the gear I'm using, and then maybe a week or two later, after I edit everything, I'll show you guys the actual trip. So as always, I love input from you guys. Obviously, the things you take on a backpacking trip like this are individualized. I'm going to be going for a 2-night trip in Arkansas here in about a month and a half. And it will be similar to this, but a little different. I'm going to try a different tent, certain things like that. Food will obviously be different because I'll need more of it. So I'll make another video specifically about that trip later on and see how things vary for a 2-night trip versus a 1-night trip. That's also going to be down in Arkansas. I don't know what the weather's going to be. I have been in the Arkansas mountains below freezing before. I might try a hammock again for that trip. I might try a different tent that I have from Nature Hike that I did a video on earlier. We'll see. I'll figure that stuff out later. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Really excited to head to Colorado soon. Of course, by the time you see this, I'll already be back. Really, really excited to go up there. I love spending time in the woods here in Louisiana, but it is amazing to get to spend time in the woods in a different environment, especially at 11,000 feet. But yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos here on Paleo Hiker MD.